Hello, everyone. Welcome to the August 2020 Choice Hotels Business Update. My name is Joe Kondravi. I'm the Director of Travel Industry and SME Sales here at Choice. Can proudly say that I've been with Choice a little over a year and a half, and I reside in Minneapolis, Minnesota, here in God's country, and excited to bring you up to speed on some things that we wanted to provide updates on regarding how we've handled the COVID-19 pandemic and some of the initiatives that we have looking forward to the recovery. So if you don't know Choice, here's an outline of our brands ranging from the Ascend and Cambria upscale collection all the way down to Econo Lodge and Roadway Inn in the value segment of the chain scale. And really what we want to recognize is that this is a challenging time for all, and we can't stress enough that we believe in responsible and safe travel. Travel is who we are, and it's important to us that you feel confident not only when choosing to stay with us, but also recommending us as a lodging option for your customers and travelers. And I can say as of July 31st of 2020, nearly 100% of all of our 5,917 domestic hotels in the United States are open, operating, and moving forward. This really is proving our strength of not only our brands, but the dedication of our franchise owners and their staff. Taking care of hotel guests during these trying times is really what we do. In response to the crisis, Choice has reduced several fixed program fees for our hotel owners. We've extended brand program deadlines and implemented the option for fee deferrals, in addition to adopting more flexible brand standards to lower owners' costs as they really try to work through the cash flow situation to recover from this pandemic. We've contacted nearly every single one of our franchisees in the system to really help and advise them on how to manage their cash position according to all of their individual situations, with an eye towards helping them succeed in the longer term, really survive the pandemic and come out of the other side stronger than they were before. From a revenue delivery perspective, we've delivered business to our owners that they would not otherwise have had with the help of our robust sales team that we not only retained during this crisis, but increased by redeploying a number of Choice associates to support the sales effort. As we like to say here at Choice, given the current situation, everybody's a seller. We understand that the decision to return to travel is personal, and we encourage our guests to do what's right for them. We want guests to know that when they're ready to travel, Choice is there to welcome them with open arms. We hope that our new Commitment to Clean initiative, which was launched in May, enhances our hotel's existing cleaning procedures, gives travelers the peace of mind and the confidence that they need to not only get back on the road, but to choose Choice and stay with us. We're here when you're ready to go. Choice is uniquely positioned to navigate through the broad impacts of this COVID-19 pandemic. We're equipped to handle the reopening of the economy as it comes and the return to travel, which we really believe will be regional and sporadic. Our strong presence in drive-to destinations puts us in a position to support the demand right now that is starting to come back. And as travel picks up again, not only for leisure getaways, but corporate guests as well. It's important to remember that almost 90% of our domestic hotels are in suburban, small town, and interstate locations, which is convenient for business travel needs and drive-to leisure destinations, yet far enough away from crowded urban areas, again, to really help build that consumer confidence. And whether travelers are planning a family road trip to a national park, a weekend trip to a nearby city, i.e. staycation, which I'm a huge fan of, or your corporate travel need is increasing, Choice is there. And we realize that many people will also be looking to make the most of their travel budgets. So we hope to help meet their current needs with special offers that are targeted both nationally and regionally, as well as flexible booking policies in case their plans change during this uncertain time. Choice has traditionally had a value offering, and that's even more important now as both consumers and companies look to really save money as they get back on the road. You know, it's really our anticipation that leisure and small business will return first. We've seen that in our data. Our leisure segment continues to come back at a steady pace week over week, and our small business segment is really the driver behind corporate travel. Our mid-scale and extended stay segments have benefited from the loyalty of those that know us best. business customer segments that are staying in the mid-scale and extended stay segments that really helped us survive this COVID pandemic are segments like transportation, logistics, construction, and government travelers. The third point I want to make here really is not unique to Choice, as I've seen a number of different company leaders step up their advocacy in Washington. And I think our voice is being heard. And we've taken advocacy to the next level to really ensure that our franchisees stay afloat. Number one, they stay afloat, but number two, they stay open for business to help travelers and essential workers as they need to get on the road. And we've really taken an enhanced focus on flexibility and cleanliness. I'll talk a little bit next about our commitment to clean, but we also understand the importance of flexibility, not only for travelers, but corporate travel managers and travel organizers in regards to pricing and cancellation policies. So with that said, I'd like to talk about our commitment to clean. The health and safety of our guests, franchisees, and their employees is always at the top of mind for Choice Hotels. It's really important. We want to continue to survive as a hotel franchisor. Safety and health is even greatly enhanced during this pandemic. So we launched our Commitment to Clean initiative in May of this year, which enhances our hotel's existing cleaning procedures to address health and safety concerns associated with this COVID-19 pandemic. You know, Commitment to Clean is the company's holistic approach to supplying our franchisees and not only the owners, but their employees with the tools that they need to help them achieve superior levels of cleanliness to accommodate guests and really build consumer confidence. And here's a detailed approach of what our Commitment to Clean program looks like at this time. And these are some of the changes that guests are going to see on property. You know, this initiative leverages our longstanding relationship with Ecolab and bolsters existing best practice guidelines related to deep cleaning, disinfecting, hygiene, and social distancing. Two important things I want to call out on this slide that I think are really important, not only for travelers, but travel organizers. And number one is the designation of a Commitment to Clean captain at each and every single one of our Choice Hotel properties. This person is required and will complete a best-in-class cleanliness training. They'll be responsible for training the staff on property, communicating the process and procedures, emergency response, and they'll also be responsible for communicating new protocols and best practices as they arise to the rest of the hotel staff. This is an integral part of really building consumer confidence, because I think it's one thing to say you can disinfect, you can properly socially distance, you can really ramp up the housekeeping. But one of the biggest concerns in terms of risk is, what do you do when a situation arises on property? And really the only solution you can have is to have a human being that is trained and equipped to handle those situations as they come about. So that's why I wanted to call out the Commitment to Clean captain. The second call out that I have is something that is brand new at Choice. We've gotten on board with the mask requirement. So for all of our Canada and US properties, both guests and staffs will be required to wear a face covering in the hotel common areas. And this policy goes into effect on August 17th of 2020. So please use this as a resource if you have any questions around our Commitment to Clean initiative. And these are examples of some on-property materials that guests will see. As you can see, part of our Commitment to Clean initiative is housekeeping on demand. The first material is a door hang where guests can opt out of housekeeping. So if they don't want a housekeeper in their room for fear of risk of spreading the disease, to make them feel more comfortable, they can opt out of it. Or if they only want a partial housekeeping, they can also select those options that are on the door hang. The second two documents are really just a communication piece around helping not only guests, but staff members understand how to properly wash their hands, what to do when they're sick, some advice in terms of when you're traveling, the face covering and the symptoms as well, in addition to best practices on social distancing. So all of this content will be at every single one of our properties and readily available and on display to guests and employees. So the second point of our response to COVID-19 is we've really been required to make some changes to our loyalty program, really to better accommodate the needs that are unique to the COVID-19 pandemic. So we've reduced the number of nights you need to stay to upgrade your status, paused points expiration through the end of this year, and offered opportunities to earn elite status faster. In addition to those three things, we're also offering upgrades to our elite members. So if you've already achieved gold or platinum status with your Choice Privileges rewards as of May 20th of 2020, we're automatically boosting your membership to the next level through the end of this year. And to maintain your upgraded status through the end of 2021, all you have to do is simply stay 5 nights at a Choice Hotels branded property between June 1st and December 31st of 2020. So really easy, not only to maintain your status, but as well as earn a higher level of status with us. And this is important because we've really invested a lot of money in our Choice Privileges loyalty program. And I have a personal story to share with this. I haven't always worked for Choice, but I have typically been a road warrior throughout my career. And I remember working in a previous role, I had some colleagues that went to work for Choice, and obviously stayed in touch with them. They were good friends of mine, and they encouraged me to sign up for Choice Privileges. And I thought, this is great. Choice has a branded property, wherever I'm going, whether it be in the middle of somewhere in Kansas, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Chicago, somewhere in Iowa. It's easy to stay close to my destination at a good price at a Choice branded property. The issue that I had with it personally was I can earn all these points, but where am I going to redeem them? So 2 years ago, we started investing heavily into our Cambria brand, as well as other partnerships to offer properties that our loyalty members will want to redeem their points at. So if they're out on the road every week, away from their families, accumulating these points, we want them to have a best-in-class experience to redeem their points with us. So I have a couple of examples of that, and this slide is really two things that have opened this week. We've recently opened Cambria Hotel Ocean City in Maryland, as well as Cambria Hotel Sonoma Wine Country. And what you will see with our Cambria brand in the development pipeline, not only are we putting these into large metroplexes and big city centers, but we're also identifying very cool and unique leisure destinations that will be very fruitful for our Choice Privileges loyalty members to redeem their points at. So we've recognized a need. We've got endorsement from our leadership to invest in Choice Privileges and really accommodate those travelers so they can redeem their points during some nice stays. In addition to Cambria, at the end of last year, we signed a partnership deal with AMR Resorts, which is giving us access to earn and redeem Choice Privileges points at over 50 luxury all-inclusive resorts throughout the world. So this is another game-changing aspect for us in terms of we want people attracted to the Choice Privileges loyalty program. We want them to feel proud of it, and we want them to see the value out of it. So when they're on the road working hard in the middle of the week, earning those points, they have these awesome places to go and redeem them with either themselves, friends, or family. So we've talked about commitment to clean. We've talked about the updates to the Choice Privileges and some of the new properties that we have open. So I want to just do a quick run around of some of the things that we've really done to adapt to the new normal during this COVID-19 pandemic. I touched about this a little bit earlier, but I want to touch on it again because it's really something that has made me reflect and made me very proud to work for this organization. And it was the pivoting of our global sales team. So going into COVID-19, our global sales team was traditionally deployed, right? They had a portfolio of accounts that they managed, tried to grow, as well as look for new accounts that were your traditional highly managed corporate travel programs. You had a travel manager, travel management company you were working with. And what we found out as the COVID-19 pandemic hit in the middle of March was these businesses stopped traveling, right? This was the companies we were working with, but they just stopped moving around. So we had to figure out a way, how do we redeploy this staff to ensure the survival of our most important customer, which is our franchisees? So we did a completely redeploy the staff to target local and community level involvement, the people that were still on the road on a deal basis and try to get them into our hotels. And what we found was the people that worked for us were very flexible and willing to take on that challenge. We were able to work with the government, and we were able to get hotels 100% occupied by the National Guard. We aggressively targeted first responders, healthcare workers, critical infrastructure displacement, to really bridge the gap between the people that are traveling, whether it be for a project or for hospitals, emergency response, and the hotels that needed those people to stay in the hotels to keep them afloat. And to be honest, my personal opinion is this pivot and this redeployment of the global sales organization within Choice helped us survive the pandemic so far to a greater extent than a lot of our competitors within the industry. The other thing that we've had to do is look at enhanced flexibility, communication, and cleanliness, which is our Commitment to Clean program, really confirming the psychological safety of travelers and employees. You know, you think about it, our biggest challenge coming out of this thing, or even during this pandemic, is the consumer confidence of being willing to step outside, get on a plane, go on a road trip, stay at a hotel. So we've revised our reservation cancellation policy. So if people want to book their reservations, but something comes up and, you know, maybe state requirements change during the meantime, they can cancel or modify. We've also updated our rewards program policies detailed earlier. And like I said, the Commitment to Clean, partnering with the industry experts to bolster existing cleanliness protocols, enhance hotel and staff training and confidence. And the last part is travel program flexibility, adaptability, and resiliency. And this is more specifically related to the corporate travel world, managed travel. You know, we are positioned to support any corporate clients who decide to release their annual RFP for the 2021 season, but as well as work with the corporate clients who may want to table RFPs for a period of time due to a lack of staff and resources to run a full hotel RFP this season. And recently, we've been looking at different ways to offer different rate solutions for those that are looking for something in the middle. Like I said, our global sales team is fully staffed, ready to assist clients with whatever decides works best for them. And it's important to remember that we have almost 100% of our hotels in the domestic United States and over 96% of the hotels in international destinations that are open, operating, and ready to take a leisure or corporate traveler. We're really here to focus on your accounts, our accounts, regardless of what decisions you want to make regarding our annual RFP season. So with that, here's some resources for you. Contact information for myself, my email at the top, and as well as my teammate, Tammy Birch. If you don't know Tammy, I'm sure you will come across her at some point. Tammy is a wealth of knowledge. She's been in the industry for a long time, knows what she's talking about, is a great resource, as well as myself. We have a preferred partnership, which is a 10% off bar discount right now. That's commissionable. You have your RFP and disaster relief contacts there. And by any means, don't ever hesitate, whether it be comment, question, suggestion, to reach out to myself or Tammy. Our number one goal is to add value to our partnership. You know, we look at our roles as being beyond choice. You know, we have a responsibility to our organization, but at the end of the day, we want to add value to our partnerships and the industry in whatever way we can. So here's to hoping that we get back to travel soon so we can get together, meet each other in person. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. These slides will definitely be available for your resource. And I hope wishing you a safe and happy journey as we come through this COVID-19 pandemic. And I hope you all well. Take care.